Hello students, good morning and welcome to the lecture of MCOB. In unit 2nd, we'll continue with yesterday's point of personality. In yesterday's lecture, we saw the concept of personality, its definition, features, and how personality is most important determinant of one's behavior, individual behavior, and how it is so very important to learn somebody's personality or understand what kind of a personality a person is having. So in continuation with yesterday's lecture, we'll talk about personality and determinants of personality. So let us begin with the further part of it, determinants of personality. That is, the first point is biological factors. Okay, so these biological factors are again one of the most significant determinant of personality, and the biological factors include, it consists of heredity, physical features, intelligence, IQ level, state of brain, temperament. These are considered to be important parts of one's personality. So when you talk about an individual's personality, that is a combination of certain things which you get it in heredity from your ancestors, from your parents, grandparents, right? So we generally say that we have got it from the genes, right? So genetically we get certain things from our parents and grandparents. So those factors are called as biological factors, and these genes are the transmitters of certain features. That means these genes bring about certain features in one's personality, or you can say different shades are added to one's personality because of these biological factors, such as I told about intelligence, temperament, physical structure. Many times we say that this particular individual is having same facing as like his father or mother, isn't it? So these are the physical features which he has got genetically from his biological parents, right? So these are the biological features or factors which you get it genetically. Okay, then sometimes the nature of an individual also is like his grandfather or grandmother. Okay, so when you interact with that person, then that time you realize that he is having same kind of nature, same kind of interacting ability, same kind of communication with people is same like as his grandfather or grandmother, isn't it? Because you are knowing both of them very well, isn't it? So you can easily identify that there is some similarity between these two personalities. So what do we say that yes, you have got this from your grandparents, right? So this is God gifted. Or some people are very intelligent, isn't it? There is IQ level is also high, and we say that oh God, he's so talented, he or she is so talented, isn't it? And his parents are also talented, his grandparents are also very talented, very intelligent. So this intelligence he has got it from his parents and grandparents, right? So these are the biological factors. As I told, physical features, your height, your your facial features, your color of your skin, all these factors, these also we all get it from our parents and grandparents. Okay, your state of brain, physical structure, our physical personality, that also. So these are the things which you get biologically, and this determines the personality to a large extent. As I said, height, weight, color, facial features, these are very important things which play a very important role in the personality of in the development of one's personality. So in process of personality development, these biological factors, there is nothing, we as an individual, we don't do anything in that. We have got it from our parents, isn't it? So it's a God's gift, we can call it as genetically we are being transformed. It is transformed from one generation to another, isn't it? So what will be transformed, we don't know, but whatever features we do have in our personality, that is God gifted, and that is we have got it biological from our parents and grandparents, that's it. Okay, then going towards the second point, it is family and social factors. Okay, so one's personality, that means an individual's personality, is always influenced by his parents, his siblings, brother, sister, family members. These people are we grow in our family, right? So we learn so many things from our family members. We are growing by looking at them, we are learning from them. A child, the process of child development, brain development, physical development, at the same time mental development, all these developments take place looking at our parents and our siblings, right? So these people are very close, we call them as our family members, and they have a very good influence on one's personality formation and development, especially in the early stages. That means in the childhood especially, we learn everything from our elders, isn't it? So we can say that family members play very important role in identification process of a child, isn't it? So whenever we talk about one individual's ethics, morals, principles in life, that is the that is the result of the culture in which that particular individual has been brought up, what is being taught in his family, how his family members behave, what is their thinking level, and what sort of discussions they take, we take place in their families, isn't it? So what discussions they do, all these things are having direct and indirect impact on a child's development, on his personality, isn't it? Because every time right from childhood, we have been taught in our family that this is good, this is bad, this is right, this is wrong, isn't it? Don't do this, don't do this, do this, isn't it? Study hard, work hard, isn't it? So you will be successful, all the time, be independent. So these are the things we are getting right from childhood. This is the culture in which we have been brought up, isn't it? And that shapes our personality. So under the identification process, a child tries to identify him and identify himself with some member of the family, when he feels that he is the role model. I should follow my mother, my father, my brother, my sister, my cousin, my grandparent. Someone is there in the family whom the child wants to follow, and according to that child, that particular individual is his role model, isn't it? So he'll keep on following that person, he will start behaving like that particular person. Okay, then there are certain aspects of identification process of child development, which includes similarity of behavior, motives, and acquirement of attributes. Okay, that means whenever a child grows, as I said, that he is considering somebody from the family as a role model, he is trying to behave like particular person. So there you get one aspect is similarity of behavior. Okay, so the child is behaving like his mother or father or sister, sibling, any person from the family. His motives and his attributes, you find different shades in his personality which are same as like the person whom the child is trying to follow, isn't it? So these are the aspects in identification process of child and model. Then also in the same part here, along with family, there are certain social factors. Now social factors here, it means the process of socialization. That means whenever a child grows, he or she starts mixing or interacting with variety of people in development process of his personality, and this is the process through which a child acquires many patterns of behavior which are acceptable to the family and social groups. Okay, so this socialization process, that means you're getting interacting with the society, other members of the society. First you interact with your mother, first person whom you interact is your mother always, your parents, your siblings, your family members, your relatives. And then when you start going to school, you have your peers, your school friends, your seniors, so many people you interact with. So identification and socialization process have a very influential roles in personality development. So as I said, when you become socialized, that means when you start interacting with the society, with the outside world, there also you get to learn so many things, isn't it? In school, from your peers, from your friends, you learn so many things, isn't it? And that those things do have a great impact on one's personality, isn't it? So influential roles they do play. So family and socialization process also are equally important, which shapes one's personality, because this is the stage where a good culture is being developed, where a child identification process, child development process begins in the family, and throughout the life socialization process goes on. even after school, when you go to college for your higher education, then after completion of your education you start doing your job, business, profession, you are engaged in something or the other. At that time also you interact with so many people from the society. So but directly, indirectly, you are learning so many things from them, and those you are acquiring different shades to your personality when you interact with number of people, isn't it? So this socialization process is also very important for influencing one's personality. Okay, so that is important determinant. Then next one is cultural factors. So cultural environment within which a person is being brought up, it as I said, the culture in which upbringing has been done of that particular child, it cultivates some kind of qualities in a person. So these the different cultural factors shapes the personality of a person, and then it is transmitted by one generation to next generation. Okay, now in as far as Indian culture is considered, we have social tolerance. This is the quality which is being imbibed in us right from childhood. Okay, so as far as Japanese culture and American culture is considered, they foster team spirit, spirit of independence. Okay, so these both cultures believe in team spirit and independence. Okay, our Indian culture believes in social tolerance. So you know all these cultural factors or cultural environment do have a very deep impact in one's mind, in on one's personality, and that is being transmitted from one generation to another. Whatever our parents have taught us, we all the time keep on telling it to our children. We want our children to be of same kind as like we have been brought up by our parents, right? So from generation to one generation to another, we are trying to maintain that culture of our country, right? And we want to, we want to forever maintain it, and therefore we are transferring or transmitting it from one generation to another. Okay, so these cultural factors also do have a very deep impact on personality. Then we are having situational factors. This is another important determinant, where the kinds of situation where different behavior, you come across different behavior of an individual, that in which situation an individual reacts in which way. This is very important. They are called as situational factors. And situational factors reinforces the traits in personality, like actions, reactions, interaction of a person. And an individual acquires knowledge, skill and experience through this interaction. So impact of these various situations differ from person to person and depends upon the perception of the situation. So what happens that how an individual reacts in a particular situation, if there is some very critical situation, there are some personalities who are very calm and quiet, and they'll do the things with a, in a very good manner, planned way. There are certain people who will become aggressive, isn't it? So how you react in particular situation is also very important, and that shows a different shade of your personality. Okay, so the degree and the influence and intensity of each determinant, all these four determinants differ from person to person. We can't say that every personality is having 50% of biological factors, 20% of cultural factors, and rest of the factors, rest of the percentage. You can't divide these factors into different percentage, and you can't say like that each individual is having this much amount of particular determinant. It's not like that. It differs from person to person, from individual to individual, and the process of personality development is a very continuous process. And these determinants may also vary, they may modify or reinforce the personality of individual. Okay, so these were the various determinants of personality which are very necessary whenever you are learning what is personality. Okay, so today we'll stop our lecture over here, and tomorrow next lecture we'll study which are the various types of personality. So thank you.